Sending so much love to your light. You are infinite beings living in an infinite universe. And the Light Council has some direct messages today. So I wanted to pop in and share what is coming through. So this indeed is March Madness. And it is a wild frequency that is entering in this now moment. There are massive light beams moving across planet Earth. You're most likely feeling it. I'm getting a lot of feedback around awakening at the 3 a.m. time frame and getting lots of activation. Lots of physical, cellular activations. Welcome. Yeah, there's a lot going on right now. So part of what the Light Council said today is that we are in a portal over the next 11 days. Today is 3/11. 11 is the day of mastery. The number, the frequency of mastery. It is the one and the one mirroring each other in significant abundance, transformation. It's really where we each really get to step up and into the infinite level of divine creation and of next level mastery. It is here, it is now, the mastery level. What they are saying is that there will be significant upgrades happening in DNA sequences over the next 11 days. And what's interesting about that is it brings us to 322, which is also a master number. The 22 is the duality, right? It's coming into balance and harmony. It's creating new paradox. It is destroying the old to bring balance to the new. It equals the number 4, which is strong foundations. So, and it's also going to carry us through the 20th of this month, which is a significant day. It's the day that the sun enters Aries. It is also the spring equinox. So it is equal day, equal light and dark. And that is what we are doing here on planet Earth, is we are ushering in the light, moving the dark away. We've been coming back to the light since the winter solstice, and then the equinox will be the great equalizer on the 20th. It's also vibrationally when we really get the momentum of this year 21 started. It's like, let's get this party started for the new, for this 5 year of change, transformation. It's all here for us. So they wanted to really, really give voice that what is occurring over these next 11 days, bringing us through that portal, is going to be that, we've been riding this juxtaposition, right? A foot in both worlds. So we lean into the 3D, we lean into the 5D, 3D being more of the mechanism of the mind, 5th dimension being more a mechanism of the feeling sensation, how the soul expresses through the cellular vibratory frequency of physical being, right? We're bringing heaven to earth. We're bringing highest consciousness of soul wisdom into earth plane reality through the cells of our body, through the initiation and activation of higher dimensionality through the spiral of DNA, right? Activating light body frequency here on planet Earth. And what they're saying is that if you think about having your foot on both plates, right, both planes, it's like almost as if the earth is going to be dividing in some ways, or that you can't really keep your feet in both places. It's going to be impossible in time to keep a foot on both places. So what they were showing me is you will be standing firmly in 3D, or you will be standing firmly in 4D, or you will be standing firmly for moments of time in the 5th dimensional expression. So no more this like teetering between all and the confusion that has been upon us in that expression. So moving fully into the frequencies, both feet stabilized in whatever dimension you're operating your frequency in any given moment. It's all in that moment. And that moment can change in any moment with any breath, any blink of the eye. So you get to choose your free will. You get to choose over and over and over again. But when you stand really completely in 3rd dimensionality, you can feel that vibration. And when you're standing in the 4th and standing in the 5th, you'll be able to really embody, right? We move from the embrace to the embodiment of what that feels like, really anchored in that frequency, and we'll be able to choose from that frequency and sustain it at a higher level and sustain it for longer periods of time and maintain it ultimately as predominant vibrational frequency as you move on. It's all for your choosing. And from the third dimensional lens, we've been programmed to learn from contrast, right? So we try something, we experience something, we go, oh, I don't want that. Well, if I don't want that, then it must mean that I do want this. That's what's dying. That's falling away. That's what's collapsing in the density and dimensionality of the old as we're moving into the new, which is, as a sovereign being, you have all of the awareness of what it is you desire. And you don't need to learn through the contrast of discomfort. You know what the desired sensation is because it is your soul's truth. It is your birthright to be in that knowing and being in that creation. And you will say, oh, this is what I desire. And it is there. And you become it and you live it and you never need to go back. So the contrast is slipping away. That's why it's so important that we have both feet in whatever dimensionality we are in the choosing of in any given now moment. Hope that makes sense. I also want to give voice to that many are in the very deep end of the pool. We are extracting core wound pain points. And it's literally like death because a part of you that had been a predominant frequency of creation is literally going to rest. It's dying away. And so treat it like a death in some ways. Treat it like you are moving into the death of the old expression of you. And the grief can be very deep in that, and it's okay. You won't get stuck in it. I'm witnessing a lot of people feeling like guidance is saying how to navigate it is you must surrender completely into it. You must surrender completely over to it. And it can feel like drowning. It can feel like coming, like if you were to, in this image of drowning, if you were to let go, you would sink in time to the bottom. And today they were saying that you would take a gasp of air and the mind says, I'm going to die. And that gasp of air, the soul says, you can breathe the purification of the water through you. Lung is about grief, right? You can breathe that purification of water. It's an image that we're using through to purify the grief of the old, of the pain body. And in that moment, you will have touched the base, the bottom of the pool or of the ocean of the sacred well of remembrance, they're saying. And when you touch the bottom, you touch the bottom and you then push off, right? If you're drowning in water and you're going under and you're working really hard, it's harder to get to the top from the midline of the depth than it is to sink all the way to the bottom. Push off, then you're in an accelerator portal straight up to the light at the surface, right? So metaphorically, the drowning brings you to the depth, to the base, to the bottom, to the core, to be healed, to be set free, to die, to transmute that old, dense pain body, karmic, contrast, living and learning. And when you surrender into it, it will be forever complete. You will hit the bottom and skyrocket back up to the top in a way that's beyond what you can comprehend when you feel as if you're in the vortex of disintegration, is what they're saying. So know you're on the journey. And some of you have already done that deep dive, and it's okay. Everyone's in different places. The dark night of the soul, if you will, is the shaman's journey into the light. And many are witnessing another level of that. You don't need to get stuck in it. It will not be forever. Your salvation is upon you. You are free. You are free, you are free, you are free. Your soul is here doing the deep dive of transformation to bring you into the cascade of the fullest ascension of light frequency that has ever been held by you. So trust, surrender, and grieve if you are in that portal of releasing that old density. So it seems that the core is what is up, right? The core patterns, the repeating patterns, the core frequencies. I had a craniosacral session today that took me into a birth trauma. That was old core birth trauma that is complete within me. And I feel liberated on a cellular level. So that's what's here for us, dear ones. You are never alone. You are an infinite light being, and it is time for you to shine your most brilliant cascade of light. It is here to come through you. Know that you are loved. I'm sending infinite love, eternal love to your infinite light. And together we rise. We might sink to the bottom to get that footing to accelerate rapidly back up to the light. Anchor your feet and know this next 11 days is a potent journey and potent time for you. I love you. Thank you for being here and for your service on planet Earth in this now moment as the magnificent light frequency that you are. Have a blessed day. Bye for now.